Welcome to our USAF Reacts. I am Jane. Today, we're diving into the action-packed world of the 2005 film Mr. and Mrs. Smith, starring Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Let's take a closer look at this thrilling action comedy. The story follows John and Jane Smith, a seemingly ordinary suburban couple, who unbeknownst to each other are highly skilled assassins working for rival agencies. Their marriage hits a rough patch when they discover each other's secret identities. So, how long have you been keeping secrets from each other? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's on-screen chemistry is electrifying, adding layers of tension and humor to their characters' relationship. The film is known for its intense action sequences choreographed to perfection, showcasing the Smiths' lethal skills and resourcefulness. But amidst the gunfire and explosions, Mr. and Mrs. Smith also explores themes of trust, communication, and the complexities of marriage. Director Doug Liman expertly balances the film's high-octane action with moments of genuine emotion, making it more than just your typical action flick. And let's not forget the iconic dance-off between Pitt and Jolie, showcasing their playful dynamic and adding a touch of humor to the film. A bored married couple is surprised to learn that they are both assassins hired by competing agencies to kill each other. John and Jane Smith are a normal married couple, living a normal life in a normal suburb, working normal jobs. Well, if you can call secretly being assassins normal. But neither Jane nor John knows about their spouse's secret until they are surprised to find each other as targets. But on their quest to kill each other, they learn a lot more about each other than they ever did in 5 or 6 years of marriage. John and Jane Smith are a married couple, both living unexciting lives and attending marriage therapy, as their passion has cooled since they got married. But what they don't know about each other is that they are both professional assassins working for 2 rival agencies. John's latest assignment is to eliminate Benjamin Tank Dance. But it all becomes complicated when Jane is also assigned to eliminate the same target. Learning that they are both assassins and failing to eliminate Dance, John and Jane's separate employers decide that they try to take each other out. John kill Jane, Jane kill John. Engage in a deadly game, John and Jane try to take each other out and learns more about each other as they try to finish the job and eliminate Dance. The film opens with John, Brad Pitt, and Jane Smith, Angelina Jolie answering questions during marriage counseling. The couple has been married for 5 or 6 years, but their marriage is suffering to the point that they cannot remember the last time they had sex. They tell the story of their first meeting in Bogota, Colombia, where they met while both were secretly on the run from Colombian authorities. They quickly fell in love and were married. John later states that Jane looked like Christmas morning to him on the day they met. In reality, John and Jane are both skilled assassins working for different firms, both among the best in their field, but both with very different methods of assassination, with Jane working out thorough plans and John taking a less analytical approach. Each is concealing their true profession from their spouse. Under these cover stories, John and Jane balance their apparently mundane marriage, which both of them find, after a few years, to be growing dull and suffocating with their secretive work. When both are assigned to kill Benjamin the Tank Dance Adam Brody, they encounter each other on the job and botch the hit. Believing each had been sent to stop the other from completing their mission, they seek to discover and eliminate the other. After a few mild attempts on each other's lives, fueled by a mutual sense of betrayal, the marital spat culminates in a high-octane fight in the Smith house. After a long, evenly matched fight, with their house shot to shambles, they wind up with guns in each other's faces. John balks and lays his gun down. Jane finds she cannot shoot her spouse either, and both succumb to their love instead. Mr. and Mrs. Smith reunite and rediscover each other. The newly rekindled Smith partnership is quickly threatened by their employers, who have now decided to eliminate the couple. John's best friend and co-worker, Eddie Vince Vaughn, turns down a bounty of $400,000 for each Smith. But John and Jane find themselves under fire from an army of assassins. Fending off an attack which blows up their house, the Smiths steal their neighbor's minivan and successfully destroy 3 pursuing armored cars of attackers, all while bickering over their fighting styles and newly discovered personal secrets. After meeting with Eddie, the Smiths decide to fight together to preserve their marriage. They kidnap Dance from his high-security prison in order to give their employers something they want more than the Smiths. Dance reveals that he was merely bait, hired jointly by their employers. After it was discovered that the Smiths were married, in the hopes of having one Smith kill the other. Dance also wears a Cameo Fight Club t-shirt, referencing to Brad Pitt's previous movie of the same name. John and Jane forego their separate contingency plans and make their stand together. In the final fight scene of the film, the Smiths, now working smoothly together as a team, defeat an extended attack by a large number of armed forces during a long shootout inside a department store. The film ends with the couple meeting the marriage counselor again, where the Smiths state how much their marriage has thrived and how happy they really are. John Smith and Jane Smith has the perfect marriage. Well, not quite so perfect. And they've been keeping secrets from each other. They work for rival firms that do outsourcing work for the CIA. Sadly, this would be better if viewers didn't know this for the first 20 minutes of the film, but the previews already gave it away. Based on the preview, I thought this would be a Pitt-Jolie love fest. I have enjoyed many of Pitt's films but not so many of Jolie's. And together, it was like a showcase of perfection for the American masses. Do I need to be reminded I'll never be handsome or rich? Some will say movies help us escape this, and maybe it does, but still, my concerns were unfounded. This movie is well acted, well directed, and well written. The story is layered and brilliant, as well as quite funny. The direction fits well. The acting is superb, some of the best from Brad Pitt yet. And the explosions and gunfire and things breaking and high-tech gadgets. Very nice. Someone put a lot into this film, and War has some natural talent I hope we see more of in Hollywood. I don't know if this film is PG-13 or RX. I heard it was PG-13 because a sex scene was cut. Well, let me say, you should have kept the scene and kept the RX. With all the excessive violence really over the top, and the cussing, a little smut isn't going to make much difference. I mean, as an action film, I expect a solid R rating. Look at Bruce Willis and Die Hard or Hostage. No real complaints about this movie. I really want to say something bad, but I cannot. I was entertained the whole time and found the film very persuasively believable. I don't know who wrote or directed this. I guess I could check, but I didn't. But they just scored points in my book. Unless it was Michael Bay, but I'm pretty sure he had nothing to do with this. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is not just about assassins and espionage. It's a story about love, trust, and the lengths we'll go to for the ones we care about.